Ilan po sa tingin ninyo right now ang ika nga na wrong ang naibigay na coordinates? Kasi Mr. Undersecretary, ang dami pong kinasuhan, ang dami pong contractor, ang dami pong mga opisyal ng Public Works and Highways na kinasuhan, kung ginawa naman po ang project, yun po yung tanong natin. It's kind of unfair saying na ghost itong project. Lahat tuloy ng buong Pilipinas, ang tingin tuloy lahat ng projects ng DPWH last year are ghost projects. And when in fact, nandiyan naman pala, nagkamali lang ng ika nga pwesto. Dito pala sinasabi, wala dito, yung pala 1.2 kilometers or 1.9 kilometers, nandoon pala yung actual project. Na anong action ang ginawa ho ninyo to rectify this? Hindi po maliit na problema ito, malaking problema po ito. Mr. Undersecretary, marami ho nakakulong ngayon. May mga ngayon pinapasabpi na, katakot-takot na sabpi ng inisyo ngayon ng Department of Justice para sagutin ng mga taong ito. What have you done so far?
Can I
Go
answer
ahead,
po?
Yusek Bernabe.
Mr. Chair, just to set the record straight po, no, yun pong mga naging subject of cases pending na before the Ombudsman or Sandigan Bayan. Ito po ay talagang mga ghost projects po. So aside from the issue na meron nga po mga wrong coordinates, meron pa rin po talagang ghost projects.
So, are you telling me, is this the reason why, bakit nadidelay tayo? Dahil ito ba ang reason na dinodouble check ninyo kaya wala pa na issue ng mga warrants of arrest sa ilang mga opisyal? Because of this, you want to double check it?
Correct, Mr. Chair. No? Kaya po medyo it takes time to validate kasi nga po hindi porket yung initial validation done by the field na wala doon sa MIPS coordinates, we have to verify po kung wala po talagang nagawa. So that's why ito pong 421, it took us time to validate all these sites po to ensure na kapag po may kakasuhan for ghost, talaga pong ghost project.
You said 421, di ba ilang libo po yung nabanggit na Pangulo na sa report niya ang ghost project? Are you saying itong 421 pala na validate ninyo na correctly na talagang ghost?
Mr. Chair, yes po. Ito po yung listahan ng ICI. ICI po kasi talaga yung may initiative on this and we are just rendering them technical support po. Pero po yung 421 pa due po of course to limited manpower. Yun po ang kanila munang inuuna and then afterwards po they will expand further doon po sa ibang mga suspected
So
ghosts.
ongoing po ang inyong pag-check ngayon, pag-validate kung talagang ghost or ika nga nasa ibang pwesto lang, nasa ibang lugar lang na ilagay yung project or ilang meters ang layo or ilang kilometro ang layo doon sa MIPS coordinates.
That is correct, Mr. Chair.
Ilan pa po ang i-validate ho natin?
We will defer po to the ICI to give us po yung schedule and to render the final report. But as we speak po, we understand that the 421 malapit na pong ma-finalize yung first batch po na yun.
All right, thank you. Secretary Vida, DOJ, ano ang ginagawa ho ninyo ngayon? Kasi hindi ho kaya ang problema dito dahil mali po may mga narinig po natin sa DPWH na may mga wrong coordinates. Pina-check po sa NBI teams natin, AFP, PNP. Wala yung project pero move lang pala ng 1 to 2 kilometers away doon sa actual site na sinasabing dapat kasi MIPS coordinates pala yun, hindi talaga actual coordinates. Meron po ba kayong ginagawang counter-checking also, not just relying sa ICI, kundi mismong mga tao to make sure? Kasi nga naman po, marami ho tayong kakasuhan, marami ho tayong bibigyan ng warrant of arrest. What have you been doing so far dito po sa DOJ to make sure po na pabibigyan po ng hustisya ang lahat?
Maraming salamat po, Senator. Sa kasalukuyan po, 14 po yung projects na identified na ng Department of Justice sa pamamagitan po ng pagkalap ng iba't ibang pirasong ebidensya, pirasong ebidensya. Kaya po, ito po yung nakasalang na. 14 po na projects na sa amin pong, kami po ay kumbinsido na ghost projects. Ito po ay hinugot dun sa unang listahan po na 421. Dun sa iba po na 421 projects, hindi pa po kami kumbinsido na ghost project sila at patuloy po kami nagkakalap ng iba't ibang ebidensya para masigurado siyang ghost project. Pero sa kasalukuyan po, tulad po yung sa 14 na yun po, yung 2 po nun, kasalang na po sa Sandigan Bayan. Yung, so 14, 2, yung 12, nakasalang po yung sa isa pong batch, yung involved po yung Sims Construction Trading, may 3 kaso din po yun. Nakagayak na po na maglabas ang DOJ ng resolution para ipasa sa Office of the Ombudsman para timbangin kung ito'y aaproba ng Office of the Ombudsman. Sumunod po, may 6 na project din po na involved po ang Wawaw Construction at Top Notch Catalyst Builders na ito rin po ay tinuturing naming ghost projects. Ito po ay nakasalang pa ho sa PI, Preliminary Investigation. Tapos may 3 pa hong high-value cases na involving ang kinaso naman po na nakasalang na PI ay plunder po. Para po sa kaalaman ng lahat, ang PI po ay Preliminary Investigation. Ito po yung proseso bago po magsampa ng information ang Office of the Ombudsman sa korte, either sa Sandigan Bayan o di kaya ay sa Regional Trial Court.
Mr. Secretary, so naka-PI yung iba kaya wala pa mga warrant of arrest, pero are we expecting or are we going to expect na may mga warrants of arrest ilalabas soon to some officials pretty soon at talaga ito ay final na po na talagang napatunayan na ito ay mga ghost projects, Mr. Secretary?
Mr. Senator, opo, umaasa po kami. Tulad po ng mga una ho namin pahayag, ang paglalabas po ng arrest warrant ay isang judicial function. So ayaw po namin pangunahan ng korte ang Sandigan Bayan, pero kami po ay kumbinsido na pag nagsalang po kami ng information na inapruban ni Ombudsman, ito po ay makakatindig sa pag-aaral ng husgado para po ma-issuehan ng arrest warrant.
Thank you. Let me get back to Yusek Bisnar. 421 cases, 14 pa lang po ang kumbinsido kayo na ghost project. 1,000 po yung na-file sa sumbong sa Pangulo. Kailan ho tayo matatapos nito? Baka tapos na po ang administrasyon na ito, itong mga kaso sa flood control, hindi pa natatapos, Undersecretary.
Yun po talaga ang magiging sitwasyon natin po. Kasi as of today po, out of the 30,000 flood control projects from 2016 to 2025, out of the 30,000 flood control projects po from 2016 to 2025, ang na-inspect na po ng AFP, PNP is 10,238. Dahil po dito sa development po na to na most likely maling location ang napuntahan nila, then we have to restart over. Dito po sa 10,000 na validate nila, ang dineclare po nilang non-existent ngayon po is 252. So babalikan na naman po natin itong 252 na to or yung mga projects dito na hindi po kasama dyan sa 416, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, ang tanong ho natin kasi habang tumatagal po ito, magkakaroon ng idea yung mga tao na baka may tinatakpan ho tayo sa sobrang tagal. And I'm sure you've heard of the words or phrase na justice delayed is justice denied. Sa sobrang tagal po nito, ika nga, baka may mga maabswelto, magkaaregluhan, dahil sa sobrang bagal ho. Are you satisfied or with this investigation going on sa baba ninyo?
Your Honor, I would like to reiterate po yung nasabi na rin ni Yusek Bernabe kanina na ang DPWH po at this point is supporting yung effort po ng ICI which is mandated na siya pong mag-lead ng investigation, Your Honor.
Yusek Secretary Vida, kayo ho ba satisfied kayo dito sa 421, 14 pa lang po ang sigurado na ghost project. Meron po tayong 30,000 plus na suspected ghost project.
Opo.
Baka tapos na ho yung termino ng administrasyon na ito. ongoing pa ho investigation. Baka paano kung sa susunod administrasyon, hindi na po pag-uusapan ito. Di marami pong makakawala, marami pong malilibre, Mr. Chair.
Opo. Mr. Senator, if I may suggest po, sana po ang DPWH at iba pa hong mga katulong ng DPWH sa pagbe-validate, maglabas na rin ng datos kung yung libo-libo hubang project, alin yung talagang hindi na ghost project. Para malimit ho natin yung universe. Tulad po yung nabanggit po kanina ni Secretary Bunoan, malaking input po sa amin yon. Na sa mga initial report sa kanya, lumalabas sa Region 3 lang. Diba? Yung mga unang bahagi. Para po mapaliit natin, para hindi ho tayo balik na balik sa libo-libo, kung makakapaglabas na ho ang ating mga kapatid sa kagawaran ng DPWH na, alimbawa po, 10,000, 9,800 dyan, sigurado na kami hindi ghost project. Di lumiit na po yung ating universe. Kasi limitado po ang resources ng government. Limitado rin po ang oras natin sa pag-asa ng ating mga kababayan na magkaroon nga ho ng solusyon. So what ang suggestion po ng inyong lingkod ay para mapaliit po natin. Let's if talaga pong validated na hindi siya ghost project, makapaglabas ho ng datos na hindi na talaga ghost project 'yon. Para makapag-concentrate po tayo sa case build-up dun sa talagang tinuturing nating ghost projects.
So kayo din, Mr. Chair, ay nababagalan sa pangyayaring ito? Kayo po sa Department of Justice?
Hindi naman po nababagalan. At batid po namin ang iba yung pagkilos po ng mga kapatid natin mula sa DPWH. Baka lang po yung idea na nailulutang sa publiko ay libo-libo pa ring project, pero batid na naman po sa datos na nakita na yung 9,000 mahigit ay hindi talaga ghost project. So aminin na natin sa publiko kung talagang hindi ghost project yon. Mag-concentrate na tayo ho para ho matumbok na ho natin kung sino yung dapat kasuhan, makapag-case build up, makapag-ipon na po tayo ng iba't ibang ebidensya pa ho.
Tama po yun, Mr. Chair, and I agree with the Secretary of Justice, siguro, Department of Public Works and Highways, if you can submit a report kahit sa kanila lang muna na ito, we believe na hindi ito ghost project, ito ay ghost project. Kasi kawawa ho ang dami hong nag-aantay, ang dami hong nakalagay sa media, nag-aantay na sabpina, napadalhan ng mga sabpina, pero wala pa rin pala because of that. Siyempre, kailangan natin siguro bilisan ho natin kasi ang taong bayan po ay nag-aantay din. Tingin tuloy baka hinuhokus-pokus na ng pamahalaan ng administrasyon na ito at maraming i-absuelto, may delay pala tayo sa investigasyon.
Mr. Chair, we will comply po, no? Mr. Chair, for information lang po of the body also, as of date, we have already filed cases against 87 individuals. And habang po kami ay tumutuloy ng investigasyon, kapag po meron kaming makita na substandard or ghost, we will continue to file cases po, no? Hanggang po kami ay tuloy-tuloy po itong aming investigasyon po.
Okay. It seems po na hindi reliable ang MIPS coordinates at there are certain inconsistencies. Moving forward po, ano ang reforms ngayon ng DPWH para ma-ensure na isa na lang po ang coordinates ng MIPS at PCMA? Kasi po parang medyo magulo I mean, meron tayong MIPS, merong ika nga para sa PCMA. Ano ho ba talaga? May paliwanag si Yusek Bisnar kasi nababago yung contour, yung ilog. Pero hindi ba pa pwedeng isa na lamang na coordinates? Kasi magulo ito. Through MIPS, we identify the project. Through PCMA, we monitor the project. So hindi ho ata tama na magkaiba ang coordinates sa MIPS at PCMA. Will you agree with me?
Mr. Chair, sobrang agree po kami dyan, no? Tamang-tama po yung inyong sinabi. Kaya nga po meron po kami mga reforma ngayon to implement itong mga bagong systems, to improve the systems. In fact, meron nga po kaming foreign assisted project to reform this application para nga po isa na lang ang coordinates na gamit po natin. This on top po ng aming nilaunch na transparency portal. Moving forward po, we also intend to have satellite images to monitor po ang aming mga proyekto para nga po to lessen the human intervention.
Kasi Yusek Bernabe, habang may mga gray areas tayo na ganito, yung mga malilikot ang isip, nakakapag-isip ng how to make money because there's a gray area. Dala-dalawa po yung ika nga coordinates natin. Pero kung iisa lamang po ito, wala hong kawala, di po ba?
Tama po kayo, Mr. Chair.
Mr. President, just
Go ahead.
this is just a request for submission very quickly. Yusek Bernabe, nabanggit nyo yung nagsampa na kayo ng ilang kaso for ghost and substandard. Baka pwedeng isubmite sa ating komite kasi pinag-uusapan kanina ghost eh. Pero meron ding maliwanag na substandard. Which means therefore na hindi rin compliant at maaring ang dahil kulang sa budget dahil kinurakot, naging substandard, hindi ba? So if he can submit to the committee the list of cases involving substandard projects and involving ghost projects. For the
We
record.
will comply, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Yes, going back to Secretary Yusek Bernabe, naitanong ko kanina ng ating chairman kung ito po bang wrong coordinates na ito was deliberate, sinadya po ba o hindi sinadya? Anong basa ninyo? I mean, sinadya po ba ito para ligawin ang mga investigasyon ng Blue Ribbon Committee, investigasyon ng ICI, ng Ombudsman? Ito po ba'y sinadya sa basa ho ninyo? Bakit nagbigay ho ng mga inconsistent at wrong coordinates? At ngayon, lumalabas na may mga hindi naman pala lahat ay ghost project. Nagawa din naman pala. Yung pala, ilang metro lamang ang layo sa pinuntahan o chinek. Ano hong comment niyo ho dito?
Again, sorry po, Mr. Chair, no, but I cannot speak on behalf of the former secretary on the intention of submitting the MYPS coordinates vis-a-vis the actual location. Kami lang po ay factual that upon inspecting the projects of the 421 ay meron nga pong variance between the MYPS coordinates and the actual coordinates. Now, the reason or rationale for submitting the MYPS, di po namin kaya sagutin, Mr. Chair.
Hindi ho ninyo, syempre may mga naiwan pa po dyan ng mga district engineer, yung mga mid-level supervisors, hindi ho kayo nagtanong-tanong bakit mali yung naibigay na mga coordinates? Did you ask? Did you try to ask?
Mr. Chair, I believe they submitted both MYPS and the actual coordinates. Ngayon po, I think doon na po sa central office na po ang nagdesisyon kung ano po yung kanilang ipapasa, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you. I have one last question, Mr. Chair. Then it's okay. I will just give way to my colleagues. Secretary Bonoan, kayo ho ba, you believe na yung mga binigay ho ninyo na coordinates or yung na mga tao ninyo, sinadya po ito or talagang tanga lang? Ang posible naman ho, pinag-aralan naman ho natin dyan sa civil engineering course, yung mga coordinates po na yan. May mga barkada po ako na mga civil engineer. Pinag-aaralan po, basic po yan sa civil engineering, mga coordinates na yan. Ano nangyari dito, Yusek?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, as I mentioned earlier, ang MIPS coordinate is a locational coordinate. Yung coordinates kung nasaan yung ilog, nasaan yung town, nasaan yung province, that is the locational coordinates. Ang difference, Mr. Chair, is actually when the project is going to be contracted out, there is what we call as-stake coordinates, as-stake plans. Depende na po doon sa condition on field condition. Kasi sila na po magdidetermine where the project will be most useful. Doon na po nila ilalagay yung project na yan. So that is actually the as-stake coordinates, which is actually the limits of the contract that will be implemented, Mr. Chair. May I just want one comment lang, Mr. Chair. When I learned about the report that there were actually about 421 potential ghost projects, it's already a mind-boggling information to me. I have never anything about this kind of ghost projects. Kasi if there would be that many ghost projects, I was wondering why would this not been naipaano na ng COA sa departamento? Hindi na ba because yearly, Mr. Chairman, the COA will have to submit to us actually their observation report. And 421 potential ghost projects, as reported, is really mind-boggling to me. A number of that sort, all over the country.
Hindi ako, Secretary Bonoan, maaring maniniwala ho ako kasi kita naman ho natin may sabwatan ho, bilang ilang mga district engineers po ninyo dati at saka mga regional directors and yung mga COA, yung COA na naka-assign po sa inyong tanggapan, nag-uusap-usap po sila. Pero with what you're saying, 420, medyo malaki nga ho yun. Pero sana nga lang po, with the new administration, magawan ho kaagad ng paraan ho ito. Ano po? Kasi makapag-isip po ang tao na wala ho nangyayari. Kaya yan ho ang nireklamo ng mga kababayan natin. Wala po nahuhuli, wala pa nakukulong. Yung pala, may problema tayo. Kung hindi pa po na-raise ng Mr. Chair natin na ang problema sa mga wrong coordinates, kaya kailangan i-double check ho natin. Yun ang mahirap. Next time po siguro, before may make statements or comments sa media, sa social media, kesyo ganito, kesyo ganon, we have to verify muna po. Ano po? Kasi pinapaasa po natin ng taong bayan, justice this, huhulihin sa ganito, kakasuhan na sa ganon, hindi pa makasukasuhan, iniisip tuloy mga kababayan natin, baka nagkakaarigluhan na po, may inaayos na, may pinaplansya na, yung pala dapat to, sinabi nyo kaagad na may problema po tayo, inform ninyo ang DOJ, ito pong may mga problema tayo sa wrong coordinates para na-inform ang taong bayan. Because yung mama ho, ang Pangulo, nagsalita na may mahuhuli, si Ombudsman na Rimulya, may mahuhuli, may aarestuhin ng mga opisyal. Alam nangyari. Yung pala, ang tingin ko ho, yung problema natin dyan sa mga coordinates na yan. Anyway, Mr. Chair, I'll just reserve my other questions sa second
Thank you, Vice Chairman Tulfo. Before I recognize the Senate President, quick intervention, follow-up doon sa kanyang tanong. I remember, noong nagpunta kayo sa Oriental, and this was the first time na narinig ko sa inyo mayroong maling grid coordinates. This was long before the Sumbong sa Pangulo website was launched. Sinabi nyo kagad sa inyong interview, mali yung grid coordinates namin ng aking team na in-inspeksyon namin na kinongclude namin ghost project sa Sitio Dique, Oriental Mindoro. And we were very sure na hindi yon na hindi mali. Alam namin talagang ghost project because we never relied or we did not rely on the Sumbong sa Pangulo, which at that time was not yet in existence. Hindi pa ito na-launch. Bakit meron na kagad kayong parang subliminally or consciously, alam niyo nang may mga maling grid coordinates? That was the first time, when I first learned na talagang merong mga nasubmit sa Sumbong sa Pangulo na maling grid coordinates, my investigator's mind, kaya unang naisip ko Secretary, bakit kayo nakapagsalita noon na mali yung grid coordinates namin when in fact we did not rely on the Sumbong sa Pangulo grid coordinates. We relied on the DPWH grid coordinates and people on the ground. Kaya we were 100% sure na yung sinabi ko sa aking privilege speech na ghost project sa Sitio Dique was really a ghost project. Alam nyo, Mr. Secretary, i-disclose ko lang, noon ako unang napikon sa inyo. Because you were undermining the work done by my staff. Go ahead, please. Please explain.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, but there's probably a misunderstanding a little bit on that, Mr. Chair. I only knew about the differences between the yung grid coordinates when we submitted actually the list of projects sa Office of the President. That is, I never knew actually about the coordinates, even at
Hindi,
the-
maliwanag po yung inyong interview eh. Mali yung grid coordinates ni Senator Lacson. Yun ang narinig ko sa interview nyo. Sabi ko, paano nyo malalamang, paano niya sabing mali? Eh, chinek namin sa ground mismo, kausap namin yung mga tao, and we inspected physically. No? So my other question is, between August 4 last year, when you submitted the list
Yes,
of
Your
the grid coordinates to the Office of the President,
Yes, Your
and now that we're discussing it,
Yes, Your Honor.
kailan nyo unang na-realize na may mga maling grid coordinates?
After August 4, Your Honor.
When? After August 4 could be today.
Well, I think a few weeks after when I already been able to validate actually yung existence of the ghost projects in Bulacan First Engineering.
Who informed you na merong mali?
The Regional Office of Region 3, Your Honor.
Hindi kayo nasabihan ni Undersecretary Bernardo na mali po sir yung ating nasubmit?
Hindi po for that particular area, Your Honor.
No.
We did not discuss.
All over, no? All over.
We did not discuss actually coordinates at that time, Your Honor.
Undersecretary
But,
Bernardo?
we did not discuss the coordinates actually at that time. It's only the presence of
Yeah,
the
okay.
potential.
I want to hear from Undersecretary Bernardo because in one of our private conversations, na-take up niya yan eh. Nasabi na sa inyo na mali po sir yung ating na-submit. When was that?
Mr. Chair, basta ang naalala ko lang po noon is that when I talked to one of my, especially Region 4B, during that time, because there were issues in Region 4B that I think hindi naman po ghost talaga. So, ang ginawa ko po doon, with the Director Gerald Pacana, na hindi ko po makausap noon, ay naalala ko po noon, kinausap ko si Engineer Altea at saka si Ruben Santos, na sabi ko, paliwanag nyo na kay Secretary yan dun sa yung sitwasyon natin na baka mali yung mga coordinates. Kasi ang pinag-iisipan po namin is that, although alam po naman ng taga-DPWH to, the late Undersecretary Cabral made the submission to the PMS. I think she directly submitted that to the PMS. Meron po siyang kausap doon. And of course, I think the Secretary, during that time, cannot read all these documents. Hindi naman po niya ano yun eh. Ang alam ko po noon, nagpapalitan lamang ng nagsasubmit si Jose Cabral sa PMS. So yun po yung alam ko. So that is why, ang sinabi ko po, paliwanag ninyo kay Secretary Bonoan na mali ang coordinates. Baka kailangan maano niya. And I think between those period, may napaliwanag po ni Ruben Santos kay Secretary. Nabanggit po sa kanya.
Kailan po ito?
I think after the submission na po nung sambong sa Pangulo, Mr. Chair.
After August 4.
After August 4 po.
So, how many days after August 4 yan?
Siguro po ilang araw lang kasi parang
Ilang
hindi pa
araw?
po ako retired noon eh.
So were there efforts to inform the President to correct, or were there efforts within the department to correct, to rectify? Kasi ang tagal ginagamit ng sumbong sa Pangulo yung mga grid coordinates eh. And kami mismo, I kept praising the sumbong sa Pangulo as very helpful to us. Kailan nyo kinol yung attention na Malacanang, ops, i-recall muna namin kasi mali yung aming nasubmit. Were there efforts in that regard?
Yes, as I recall, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, I think when I reported to the President the presence of the ghost projects in Bulacan First Engineering District, after I have validated it personally, 2 weeks after siguro po yun, 2 weeks after August 4. 2 weeks after August 4 po
Yeah.
nung kwan dito. And I told the President that as I learned from our staff noon na po, nung pinag-uusapan na natin yan, that they were telling me that there seems to be some differences between the MIPS coordinates and the ASIS-TAKE coordinates. So I told the President that there are certain differences between the coordinates submitted in this sumbong to Pangulo.
Thank you. The Senate President is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, I was really going to ask the Department of Justice 1 or 2 questions, but before that, a concern was brought to my attention You mentioned August 4, but August 3, former Secretary Bonoan, Engineer Bonoan, Yusek Alcantara reported to you the existence of ghost projects, which was admitted to him by Bryce Hernandez. You reported this to the President, who eventually, I understand, went to the site. So, did you validate this? How did you validate the report of Yusek Alcantara?
I went to the site.
DE? No, I'm sorry. District Engineer Alcantara.
Your Honor, I went to the site myself, together with people from the regional office, and they pointed it out to me, the location where they claim it's already a project that was completed. And I took some time actually to validate it, asking people around, I mean the people in that area, if they indeed this project were actually new projects, and they confirmed to me that these were old structures already, Mr. Chair.
So that was when you reported it to the President?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And he went to the site?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Have cases been filed for these three ghost projects?
Well, Your Honor, after I resigned from the office in September 1, I would not put
So you're
the
not
status.
aware? You're not aware. Where is this project, Engineer?
In Bulacan First Engineering District, Your Honor, I think one in Malolos and one in Pandi or something.
There was and also, I don't know if you're aware, but there was a case filed over the Nauhan Mindoro Ghost Project. You're aware of this?
Yes, this is
Yes.
in Oriental Mindoro, Your Honor.
Yes, yes, I think so. And according to the report, the list of the accused is not complete. Are you aware of that, or is the DOJ aware of that? There are certain members of the DBM that should have been included, but they're not included in these cases filed. Can you enlighten us, Secretary Bida?
Okay. In the case of the Nauhan project, Your Honors, this matter was investigated by the Office of the Ombudsman, and similarly, the preliminary investigation was also conducted. The same is not visible to the Department of Justice, Your Honor.
So it should be the Ombudsman that we should pose this question. Is that what you're saying?
The information may be available to the Office of the Ombudsman, Your Honor.
All right. Now for the DOJ, I'm not going to take much of the time, Mr. Chairman. What do we do with the with the personalities that are under our custody when I've heard that you now have under your witness protection program, or accepting pala, Roberto Bernardo, Harry Alcantara, Gerald Opalencia, and Sally Santos? What do we do now, Mr. Secretary?
With your permission, PG Dong Padulyon would.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Insofar as the witnesses admitted already into the program, Mr. Chair, the department will probably be asking for, especially for those who are under the custody of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, that we take custody of them so that they can be placed under the protective custody of the witness protection program.
You are contemplating on sending a request to the Senate, is that it?
Yes, we are contemplating on doing that, Mr. Senate President, sir.
But not at the very moment, no?
You may only be referring to Henry Alcantara, right?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
He's the only one under the custody of the Senate that was
Ah,
updated.
yeah. So
Yes, sir. Only Engineer Henry Alcantara, sir.
Bernardo, Valencia, and Santos are not, no?
Opulencia, Engineer Opulencia, and Sally Santos are not under the custody of the Senate, Your Honor.
All right.
Sama nyo na pag alis nyo, kung gusto nyo.
If we will be granted
the
by
the chairman is already agreeing, you know. I don't think anyone else would,
if
would
the chair of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee so desires, sir, then we will take the necessary or appropriate action to take him into our custody.
Sige, baka mabawasan na namin yung laman doon sa baba dahil baka may mga ipapasok kami bago eh.
Meron nga,
Yung,
Mr. President.
especially those who do not respond to the subpoena that the Senate has brought out. So, all right.
Your Honor, if we just thresh out the operational matters with the office of the committee of the Senate, Your Honors. Yes,
Alright,
we will gladly take the protective custody of the
I know
state
for a fact that
witnesses.
the Committee on Agriculture under Senator Pangilinan wants to confine some people.
A few more after. Currently, Mr. President, and I
Sige.
think in the next hearing, meron pa ho. Kaya mas
So,
maganda
Mis-
talagang mailipat na yung iba.
So, Mr. Chairman, are we agreeing to the request?
Admit nyo na rin sa program yung iba kung mag-cooperate para mabuwasan pa ka rin kami rito. Assuming that they fully cooperate, kasi I've been telling them, informing them na hindi pa naman huli yung lahat, and the committee may even recommend through the Senate President, once they fully cooperate and help in the investigation and eventual conviction of those being implicated, then, and I hope you will agree if the committee will recommend to the WPP, to the DOJ actually.
Mr. Chair, we will seriously consider the recommendation coming from the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee and the Senate President. As we have made official in the statements of the department, we are not totally disclosing the possibility of these witnesses who applied that they will no longer be considered in future cases. Pwede pa naman po, ang sinasabi lang po ng departamento, base doon sa kanilang application sa ngayon at base doon sa mga kasong gusto nilang makover, hindi po papasok. Pero we're not saying that in the future, if there are cases or there are other statements that may come out where it will turn out that they will be or they can be utilized in the prosecution of these cases, the department will certainly consider it, sir.
So, loud and clear, Bryce, JP, Curly, you heard it from the horse's mouth. May pag-asa pa kayo. So, pagtulog nyo mamaya, isipin nyo mabuti yung gusto nyo i-testify. Hindi po pwedeng half-hearted and half-truth. Kailangan talaga, when you decide to fully cooperate, fully cooperate.
All right. So thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will not use the rest of my time. I will just use it for interjection later on. Sigo. Thank you.